Thank you with Bob McKenzie and Craig Button. Finally, we get the head-to-head showdown we all wanted to decide the scoring title. Oh yeah, the gold medal as well. But Trevor Zegras and Dylan Cozens have been dueling all tournament long. Is it as simple for each side to stop the other guy?
You could certainly make that argument because these two individuals have been the two best forwards, arguably the two best players at this World Junior Championship thus far. They're different players too. Zegras doesn't have as much of a power game, but my goodness, every puck on the ice seems to be going through him. He's a shooter this year. He's an elite playmaker. Puck's always on his stick. He's always making something happen. It's really been unbelievable to watch the transition of him from playmaker to goal scorer in this tournament. Cozens is pure power. He's a big man, and he drives all the offense for Team Canada. He gets goals early. He often turns defensive plays into offensive goals, and he's been dynamite in all three zones for Team Canada. Now, where you could go wrong is saying, well, it's, you know, whichever guy comes, whichever star plays better, that's who's going to win. Because both these teams are blessed with 3-4 line deep offense, good defense, and outstanding goaltending.
Both would prefer the gold medal for sure, but they will also decide that scoring title, which has been back and forth basically since the beginning of the tournament. And right now, it is dead even between Cozens and Zegras. Cozens does have the advantage as far as a couple of extra goals in this one. Discipline has sometimes been an issue for Canada at this tournament, but not in this particular tournament. In fact, they've only given up one power play in each of the last 3 games. Why will that be critical against the States, Greg?
Well, because the USA power play is lethal. They can beat you in so many different ways. They got elite goal scorers in Cole Caulfield and Arthur Kaliev. Then you have Trevor Zegras, who Bob just talked about. He's a magician with the puck. His vision, his playmaking ability. He can thread a needle in the dark, and so you have to be very aware of him. Then you have Matthew Boldy, who works the power play from below the goal line and has a power game. And then you have Cam York, who controls everything from the top of the power play unit. So they can beat you multiple ways. The best way to play against that power play, don't let them get on it. Keep your discipline intact.
Roberto Luongo is going to join us on our pregame show, and he's got to love this matchup because he runs the Florida Panthers goaltending now, and he will have their first-round pick against a 7th-round pick as the matchup. Size it up for us, Bob.
Well, I mean, when you look at Spencer Knight, he set a world, the Americans and Spencer Knight between them set a World Junior Championship shutout streak in this tournament. And he's been lights out. He had a tough night the first night against Russia on Christmas night, and ever since then, he's been virtually flawless. He's a marquee guy, a first-round pick who's projected to be a franchise goaltender in the National Hockey League. And so he's been as advertised for the Americans, especially after that opening game. On the other side of it, though, Craig, Devin Levi, I mean, a 7th-round pick of the Florida Panthers, not nearly as established in terms of his reputation, but boy, he's been fantastic.
Yeah, he sure has been. And, you know, both of those goaltenders and Roberto Luongo will be very impressed with their ability to adapt and adjust their game. They ply their trade. They're mentally attuned, and they have shown throughout this tournament that they can be relied upon when the chips are at their greatest stakes.
Well, the Americans have won the last 3 gold medal matchups between the two countries, the last 2 in very dramatic fashion, overtime, and then a shootout.